Hello? Alright. I am live, but I think the game isn't showing right now. So let's see if I can fix that. Yeah, it's not showing. Audio's picking up though, so that's good. Oh, no source selected. I can fix that, right? Wait, here, I'm gonna have to stop streaming to fix this, I think. There we go. That looks good. Let me check my task manager. Make sure we're getting good stats on my GPU. GPU's running about a 50%. I'm gonna do all the introductory yap in just a moment, but I'm tweaking some new settings, so I'm gonna hop into a run real quick and see how the game handles running like this. There we go. Alternate game modes. Eclipse. We're gonna do some more mercenary. Again, I'll do some explaining and yapping in just a second, but I want to make sure my game can handle this just fine. GPU's getting up to 60, 72%, but it's still quite chilly, which is good. That means my fans are working. GPU's constantly around 60, 70%, but as long as it doesn't go above that, probably be fine. Oh, I didn't realize I could kill that little healing orb. That's kind of a good and also a bad thing. Alrighty. I don't think GPU is going to go above 80% while we're doing this. So now let me take a look at the stream on YouTube, see how it's going up. Alright, I'm going to turn higher quality up to watch. Oh, that looks great. Let me just start moving around, see what it looks like. It still doesn't look entirely the best. Like, I think there's some... This could just be my monitor not handling it well. But I think this is good enough. And I don't mean like good enough like it's visible. Good enough where I think it's the level of quality that I personally would find acceptable. Alrighty. Then I should probably close it just to save resource on my PC. So I'm going to close that tab. And we'll just keep OBS on the right monitor and this on my left. Alrighty. Let me see if I can gather my thoughts now. Welcome back. This will be my last night stream of the week because I have work coming back up soon. Let me grab one of these. So I'm getting a bit of a later start than usual. I like to start these streams at around 1 or midnight EST because I work night shift. I like to get some preliminary chores out of the way and sleep in a little bit near the start of my shift, which is around 6. So I wake up like around 6 or 7. Then I just chill in bed for a little bit. I'm usually out of bed by 8, and I take my meds after just, you know, chatting with my friends, partner, stuff like that. But I had a lot of stuff I had to do outside today, and I also had D&D today, so I'm getting quite a late start today. But I got a lot of stuff done earlier today that I'm proud of. So, before I yap on about that, what is this stream going to be? It's going to be more of me playing Risk of Rain. I'm really enjoying this right now. So the focus for today is going to be trying to beat Eclipse on Mercenary because he provides a lot of unique challenges that I haven't experienced in a while because I've been playing a lot of Commando. So the goal is to beat the game on him, on Eclipse. Maybe twice if I can get there, but I doubt I will. I think I'm going to struggle a lot to beat it for the first time. I plan to stream for probably a couple hours at least, maybe 3 if I'm feeling it. We'll see what happens. What are my plans for the night, barring just streaming, though? Well, I plan to do the stream, hop off, practice instruments again, because I think I forgot to do that yesterday. And then after I do that, I'm going to maybe do some more art, but I did a lot of that earlier today. I'll talk about that in just a second. So maybe just, like, chill for today and go to sleep relatively soon. I just woke up from, like, a 4-ish hour nap not too long ago. Again, my sleep schedule's all sorts messed up right now. But I need to try to be asleep before 8 if I want to be ready for work. I'm trying to get to bed by 7 and be asleep by 8 and just let myself sleep up right up until my shift starts. And I should be good for the week because I got a long work week ahead of me. Oh yeah, you know, I do think that's what I'll do with the decent bit of spare time I have tonight. I think I'm going to try to get some writing done, because I don't think I did that the other day like I said I was going to. But the reason why I'm having such a late start today is because on top of having D&D earlier today, pushing into when I should have been waking up, honestly, but I was already awake for most of the day because I went out today and got some supplies. I got some art supplies. I've been doing traditional art for a few years now, on and off. Probably 2-ish years. I've never done more than like maybe a dozen hours of art per year before. Like, it's something I've tried to do on several dedicated occasions, but I think before the start of last year I maybe only had like a few dozen hours in doing art at all. Traditional art even less so. I started on digital because I didn't have I had, like, everyone has traditional drawing art mediums, and asterisk after that, obviously not everybody, but like most people have a pencil and a piece of paper. Some crude writing implement, but I prefer doing digital because I was and still am very bad at it, and I was very harsh on myself for how my art turned out, so I wanted to like use digital to make it easier on myself, use all the tools I could to try to make something I liked looking at. But recently I've been getting back into trying to do art. Like, I think part of the reason why I struggled with it so much before is I was doing it for the wrong reasons. I was trying to make something that I thought other people would like instead of what I thought I would like. So it ended up me being constantly unsatisfied with how it looked because I didn't think anybody would like it. And I was making things I didn't want to make. And as a result, I just never stuck with it for very long. But lately, I've just been drawing things that I want to draw. I've been trying to set goals of drawing more, so I've been trying to find things that I want to draw. Alright, that should be more than enough money for the stage. I need to start looting. I'm spending way too long here. So that's what I've been up to today. I've just been lately rediscovering my joy for making things that I like looking at. In particular, I've been obsessed with this game lately, so I was obsessed with it in the past, but I've been rediscovering the obsession lately, and I've been making art of it. This game is one of the first things I actually originally started making fan art for. Like, I made fan art of other people's sonas before because I would just use their art as reference and try to draw stuff that looked like their stuff and then try to make it look slightly different, like Wygina Chuleta, I think is her name. Those are two like main artists I tried to imitate their styles. Zachary911 was another one I did a little bit of. But recently I've just been trying to, I still keep those people in mind when I like make art that I want to look more like their style, just with my own twist. But recently I've just been trying to sketch things that I really like and obsessed with lately, and that's been providing a lot of fun results. Like I said, Risk of Rain was the first games I ever made fan art for. I think the first pieces of fan art I made for it are at least over a year old now. And I made art of, like, the monsters is what I started out with. I made, like, the Lemurian, and I made the Wisp, and and the Child. And those were, like, the first 3 things I made art of. I didn't really like how they turned... I mean, like, I was happy to have made anything. I was obviously, like, I would like to have done a lot of these things better. But I learned a lot while doing it. and it was a lot of fun. That's the most important thing. I think that's some of the most fun I've ever had doing art. But I like just took a break from it because like that's the interesting thing about ADHD and procrastination is when you mix the two together, you can just like get into doing a hobby and then forget the hobby exists for, you know, hours, days, weeks, months, years. It's a terrifying cycle if you just lose track of the things that ground you in your daily habits. A whole year can go by and you won't even notice. That happened to me for like 2 years back to back, but I think I've been doing a better job of grounding myself lately. Sometimes weeks will still slip by and I'll realize I'm not doing many of the things I want to do. So it helps to just overall try to attempt to be more mindful of the things that happen around me so I don't forget to do the things I want to do with the little time I have. Look at all the lunar coins I got. Who would have thunk that, you know, beating the game gives you money? So the things I've been doing art lately of have been the survivors. I did I made some fan art of Commando, but I think, was Commando the first one? No, Stone Golem was. I did some fan art of Stone Golem, then I did some fan art of Commando, then I just most recently did some fan art of the Engineer, because I love the Engineer's design. Their gameplay's fun, but I just haven't been playing them because, aside from these two characters obviously being my favorite, I don't know what to do with the Engineer because it's like, I feel like no matter what you do on Engineer, the gameplay style, the gameplay loop is always going to be the same. That's not necessarily a bad thing, but it's like, it feels the same from the start to the end of the playthrough, and it doesn't feel like it ever changes, and I don't know how to influence that in a way that can make it satisfying or challenging to play. I think Engineer is probably one of the easiest characters to beat the game on because they're the most consistent and they're one of the stronger ones that exist. The reason why I play Commando and I play Mercenary is because they're high risk, high reward. They're fun to play, they're stimulating, but they're also challenging. They're not just like you play them and they're an instant win if you get 1 or 2 items, or if you're some other characters, Sniper Girl, Railgunner, an instant win as soon as you lock them, you know what I mean? Not saying Railgunner is, but I'd say Railgunner is definitely one of the strongest characters in the entire game. She's one of the few characters that can like one-shot any boss in the game at any given point, especially without items for the first stage. Ooh, gasoline on this guy is fun. I think I could probably turn on Crowdfunder for help with a Halcyonite. Again, part of me is kind of sad that nobody ever stops by here. I know it's entirely my own doing, but I want people to talk with sometimes when I do this stuff. I know Vinny gets tired of hearing me yap for so long. But it does just help to have something to talk at, even if nobody listens, you know? Oh, all the money you're giving me, I'll just turn that into bullets and keep firing at you. Those are huge pulls. Holy moly. I thought it was Sonor's Whispers for a second, but I'm not unhappy with what I just got. I thought I saw a drone. I did. Bring it on, Stone Titan. my goodness. Mercenary's attacks have such long range of influence, and I really appreciate that. It gives him a... I feel like it helps separate his identity from the only other melee character, well, one of the only other melee characters in the game that uses a bladed implement, the Bandit. Because Bandit is primarily ranged, but they can feel like they're melee sometimes, because you have to get up close, you can usually only damage one target at a time, and their other fires are also single target, aside from their smoke bomb, which does do deal damage. But I really appreciate that Mercenary doesn't just only hit one target, they hit multiple targets, and it's in a pretty decent large range of influence, too. They can actually end up having more AoE DPS than a lot of ranged characters, because a lot of ranged characters only have single target DPS. Like Multi, Commando, Huntress a little less so because of her utility and her ult. All in all, this is a ridiculous start. Holy moly, that's 17 items? I think that's the most items I've ever collected on the first stage on my own. It's a decent pool, too. I've got on-kill effects, I've got survivability, I've got DPS, I've got item generation, I've got durability, like, I've got everything. Oh, wait. Oh, there's another stone golem? Where? Oh my goodness, I wasn't even paying attention to the health bar. Alright, let's get some punk. This is the part where you fall down and bleed to death. I'll take it. It's a free trip to Newt Land, why wouldn't I? You can just get up here? Not very long, but cool. Alrighty. Hello, Newt. I've seen that you can actually damage the Newt. He, like, blocks the first instance of damage you take, but then the wind-up where he teleports you out of his shop, he can take damage. Wait, no, I completely forgot. Vinny and I actually killed you. I don't think you dropped anything, but Vinny got the funny, like, one-shot instant kill on you because you're not a boss. I felt kind of bad about it. He's a goofy little guy. I like him. Shaped glass is tempting, but I kind of like having lunar coins, and I'm also not feeling suicidal today. One shaped glass would already make me... It would make me terrified. Is it double damage? I think it is double damage. Oh god, I hate the fact I'm considering this. Oh man, that is horrifying. Double DPS is nice and everything, but health is hard to come by. And on this guy, I don't think I can afford to make that trade-off. If I were playing someone ranged, maybe, but I don't think I have the skill to back up going shaped glass in this guy yet. I just barely beat Mithrix with a full health bar and a bunch of survivability items and a second life at that, so I think I'm gonna need everything I can get this time. Aw, Filian Sanctuary. Love this map. Maybe I should have took those lunar items. I could have cleansed them. Good question would be, do I think I was in imminent danger of dying? Like, do I think I would have died within the next 2 or 3 stages? Which, it's not 100% no, and I think that's the main reason why I said no. Because, like, this is a really strong run. I don't want to lose it. And I don't feel confident enough in my skills to not throw a run on half health. I'm very bad. Oh, bring it on, punk. You leave my drones alone. Let's see, more movement, more damage. 20%. See, this is interesting because that's kind of like shaped glass. Because if you go below 25%, you're probably going to die anyways unless you're playing with shaped glass or something or other that like keeps you driving on low health. It's a 20% damage stack increase per, but I don't know, like... If you're not bad, it's very good. If you're bad, it's bad. I'll try it. I think I should get used to playing with delicate watches, because it's one of the easiest damage buffs and most consistent hit if you're not getting hit in this game, which you shouldn't be anyways. There's very few items or characters in this game that reward you for taking damage. If I get a warped echo, that would help me feel a lot better about the choice I just made. It's interesting. So some characters' abilities of movement get better the more move speed they have. Like, what I mean by this is some characters scale better with move speed than others. An example would be Engineer. Engineer is probably like the example of someone who just scales fine with movement. They don't scale better than anybody else in the game if they get movement. Same for the False Sun, I think, because I don't think his dash is affected by move speed. The same cannot be said for Commando, because Commando's dash gets massively scaled up with how much move speed they get. Same cannot be said for this guy, because this guy has 2 dashes in his kit that get scaled up based on how much movement he has. And a lot at that. Like, I think this guy is the best example of just a little bit of move speed does a lot. But the thing is, there's a point in the game at which getting more move speed is only a hindrance because it makes it harder to direct your character. And some characters that matters more than others. Like this guy, he basically turns his body into a projectile, so... When you're playing Mercenary, more, like, there's a cap at which point movement becomes more hindering than helpful. And I feel like you hit that cap quicker on Mercenary than anybody else. That's hungry. More CC, please. Music in this stage is one of my favorites by far. Mocha. Bison steak. It's interesting. It's like, I appreciate the ability for them to have different build paths, but I wonder if some people argue that items that reward you for getting hit are not inherently well designed, because items shouldn't be rewarding you for doing what is, by all other metrics, a bad thing to do in game. Like, there's very few characters in this game that actually want to get hit. So I wonder if by design, an item that rewards you for taking damage when your goal is usually to avoid taking damage is bad, poorly designed, or at least like a bad concept for a weapon, because it's incentivizing a player to do something which is against their best interests. Nice dodge. But that's the thing, is like, if you just decide that for the players, what is and isn't in their best interest, then you majorly you railroad player options and player choices. You like massively limit player agency and freedom. If a player wants to decide that their build is going to revolve around taking damage, I don't think that should be your choice to decide for them. This is part of why I don't like the way that League of Legends designs their items, because like some League of Legends items reward players for doing what for most other characters would be a bad thing. Like some items would reward you for like... Let me think if I can think of a good example. Some items would reward you for doing things that you probably shouldn't be doing anyways. And like, if the result of an item doing that is just, it's not outweighing the downside you take to proc it, that's one thing. But I just feel like that way of thinking could cause you to miss out on a lot of opportunities for self-expression in video games where build paths exist. Because so many items in this game revolve around taking damage, you can get away with some very silly builds. I think that's like the main speedrun strat for Risk of Rain 5 years ago. When the developers did the 1 year anniversary, they did a stream or a video where they like reacted to the top speedrun at the time. It revolved around taking items that reflect damage to enemies that hit you. I suppose maybe I'm also thinking about it in too harsh of a light. Like, it could be less seen as rewarding you for doing something bad and mitigating the bad that comes with something bad happening. I'm going to take a quick sweep through this level. I know I'm taking ages to clear, but I don't feel like I got most of the items in this level. Trying to solve them. Regenerating scrap. I know there's a green 3D printer on this stage. That's nice. Safer spaces. Very, well, tougher times, but yeah, very nice. Chronic expansion. Very nice. More damage, more durability. Give me all those. Alright, I think we go hit the 3D printer now, then we buzz off. Ooh, a band. I do like that. Oh, fascinating. I thought that item automatically locked onto whoever you targeted with it, but that's not the case. It shoots a projectile in front of you, but you still have to hit the enemy. That's kind of disappointing, actually. I guess it would be kind of really busted if you didn't have to aim it. At least it might be too strong for standard equipment. And I suppose you're rarely going to be seeing that downside because you're not going to turn it on unless you're fighting something. And then if you're fighting something, most characters would aim where that thing is. I think the only person who wouldn't benefit from that, who would be hindered by that, would be Rex. Roll pennies, that's fine. That gives me more ammo for crowdfunder, and if I take damage in the Mithrix fight, that allows me to revive my drones. I feel like Mercenary's harder to get used to, but if you get good with Mercenary, he can be one of the better classes because he has the ability to just completely deny enemies from damaging him. And on the harder difficulties where damage adds permanent stacking debuffs, that can be very helpful. Just basically say, no, you don't get to damage me. Oh man, I lost a gunner turret somewhere. Probably because I took so long in that last stage. Probably got focused down by birds. I'm gonna put my faith in this. I don't need more movement. I'm gonna put my faith in just getting more damage. Credit card? That sucks because I already hit a lot of the multi-shops in this stage, but hell, 2 stages of credit card is still huge. Got him before he hit. Oh, cool. You can see a little yellow particle effect fly to you when you hit those because you're getting your rebate on it. Nice. I like that. Do I actually have a credit card model on me? Wait, is that it on my leg? That's it on my leg. Cool. I'm really going an all damage build here. Let's hope it doesn't end up being my downfall. There was a multi-shop back there. I don't remember buying 3 items. I need to go back. That's right. I'm still treating it like I don't have the credit card. Focus Crystal, more DPS. How many watches do I have? I have 3. That's 75% damage bonus. So instead of having half health, I have 75% health. 1 doesn't get me closer to ending my run since I don't have any revives. And it gives me more damage bonus. So it takes more delicate watches. So you can make an interesting case for whether delicate watches or shaped glass is better. Because, like, if you think about it effectively, if you're getting that low, your run's probably already over anyways. Like, I've gone down to 25% before and still clutched a run. But I think more often than not, when I get that low, I'm already dead. So if you're thinking about it like that, shaped glass is just worse than delicate watch. Because 1 gives you 50% of your health to work with before your run's over. The other one gives you 75% of health to work with before your run's over. Speaking of, I'm not going to hit that because I don't think that's worth it. Because it just break my watches. Give me that. Okay, I was worried I was going to break my watches for a second right as I said it. I'm doing a lot of damage. You know, it makes sense. I'm actually building for damage, so I would hope so. None of those are even worth considering. Mute pod, I don't think it's worth it. It'd be a waste of my money. Maybe we just hit this now. Well, there could always be things underneath. Nope, we're just gonna hit this. Back up my item right before the fight begins. Where are they? Are they where sentient meat hooks come from? Ooh, that is a good item. Are there any chests nearby that I can locate? Well, cleansing pool. Oh, yes, please. Actually, there's a cleansing pool and a newt pod here. I'm going to go hit both of those. I move this down. Not the best. What if we move it over here? That's better, I think. Alright, let's see. Let's get one look. One last look at the land. Okay, cleansing pool is over there. New pods over there. Corpse bloom, not benthic bloom, corpse bloom. I think there was another pod in this map though, right? We can get rid of this. I don't need that. And I can get rid of my prayer beads too, which probably better to do that sooner than later. Plus max health, plus health regen, plus damage. Nice. Pearl. I know there was another newt pod here. Let's see if we can find it. I don't think I'm gonna be able to find it. There might not even have been one now that I think about it, but it's fine. I'll just go next. I think the little bit of extra time is worth another pearl and another crate. God, almost 11 minutes per stage. But I have a ridiculous amount of items. I'm on my 3rd stage. That's 13 items per... No, that's 14 items per stage almost. Deathmark or Noxious Thorn? Probably Noxious Thorn? No, Deathmark. I can apply enough debuffs or it'll give me more damage amp. Wait, I just realized I don't have to choose. I can get both. I didn't even realize there was a guy up there. Like, just legendary chests on the stage. Don't do anything dumb. Let's see if we can go find it first. We have plenty of time. I'm gonna start holding my money and searching for it. Here, I don't see any. Oh wait, there's flowers. It's in here. 6,000. I can make that happen. I didn't know those creatures suicide bombed. Alright, just a little bit more. Double legendary item. Triple legendary item? Wait. How does that work? Is there a chance to get another? I guess there is. Double pocket ICBM and a rejuvenation rack. Pocket ICBM will be crazy if I can get something to pair it with. I do have ATG missile launcher, so there's something. But a plasma shrimp would be what I need right now. There were 2 luck shrines back there. I think I go hit those. I wonder if there's a way without affecting my GPU too much, because I don't want to like have to like capture the input on my screen twice and output it twice. But I wonder if there's a way to take the singular output coming from OBS and stream it to different sites simultaneously. I wonder. There's gotta be, right? Squid polyp, funny. Chest. Crowbar. Alright, there should be another luck shrine up there. I just realized I haven't even checked underneath the map yet. There might be stuff down there as well. We'll hit that next, and then I think we'll get out of here. We should also check above the map real quick. Oh my god. Thank you, finally. And disposable missile launch, which I don't feel like getting rid of the credit card for, otherwise I would. Drones. Clean up drone. Barrier, probably barrier. Was that missile drone? Never mind, missile drone please. Oh my god, I forgot. I can get every drone from those now. Come on, give me some money. I need money. Oh my gosh, that ragdoll. And yep, there's even more items. There's items everywhere. Alright, please. I just need to keep buying. God, fireworks would be very strong right now. Noxious Thorn, more spread. Yes, please. New turret. More movement, not sure I need it. Let's just hit this already. 2 ukuleles, huge. Two more crates and a drone already. And another crate. There's items everywhere that I need to hit. I'm still terrified about what Mithrix will do to me after the first stage ends, but for now, I'm feeling good. Alright, let's make this quick. There were 2 items over here. 2 crates. I think I saw another item over there, but I think it was just an equipment barrel. And there should be a turret over here somewhere. Think I see it? Yes. Now I go for that crate, then I get out of here. Alrighty. Oh, I passed it. Oh, another crate. Oh well. Sky Meadow. We're almost there. We're almost to the big boy. I need a warp deco. Oh, Void Seed. Heck yeah. Maybe I can get a Saver Spaces. Fireworks, that's exactly what I needed. Alien Head, what's that? Yeah, no wait, that's a Soulbound Catalyst. Equipment cooldown? Yeah. I have a scrap. Give me another one of those. Jesus. I think we've officially hit the run and gun part of the run. I no longer need to do anything aside from just grab items and keep moving. Should be all of them. Nice. Putting creatures of that scale in this game is just fun. I love having things that big to fight. Oh, Magma Worm. That's not good. Teleporter. Why didn't it ping it? Okay, there it is. He's getting soloed by my gunner turret this entire time? That's hilarious. Fireworks. I'll take all the fireworks, please. Yes, keep giving me more fireworks. I'm gonna spend a little bit longer than here because I like hearing this music. More shields, that'll help. You know, I think I feel the same way about the item takers, well, disablers that I do the void creatures. It's refreshing that there's a new monster that can actually humble you no matter what power level you're at in the game. But that's also a little frustrating because it doesn't matter, like, I don't know, it's just like, it feels a little frustrating that that sort of power wouldn't be reserved for a boss level creature. Again, I do feel like there needs to be more creatures that can consistently nerf players in the longer term, but that feels absurd to give to, like, a common enemy that starts spawning in, like, mid-level rounds instead of giving that to, like, most bosses. That could be an artifact now, like, maybe in boss fights, there's occasionally a pulse sent out from the teleporter that disables items, maybe. Nice. Now let's go over here and grab those items I saw and then get out of here. And my move scaled up so high again that once again it might be possible for me to just skip to the final boss. We'll see. I'll need to ramp up my move speed. I have to trim off the rescue ship, but it should be doable. I have 2 of those antlers, so I can stack up a little bit more movement. Alright. I can stack up one more, I think. Alright, now let's try this. Let's hope this works. Let's see. This might just barely be doable. Yes! There are probably some good items down there or something, I don't know, but I don't feel like waiting much longer to fight this guy. And when my watches break into you, that's going to be not good. So let's try to make this quick. Oh, watches all broke instantly. I'm glad I'm still alive, but my ult was just a little off cooldown, so that's frustrating. I lost 75% damage of mine. That's fine. I can still get one shot though, which is not good. Oh, that was close. Come on, do your slam. We're almost there. All right, second page time. At least now that he's spawning things, I'll have things to stack my chronic expansion on. It's interesting how when your camera locks onto a character, it stays that way. When you're ulting, I mean, your camera stays that way even after you come out. So you can reposition your camera while you're dashing around in someone, and when you come out, your camera will still be oriented that way like that. Very cool. I like that. I almost spawned on top of him right as that happened. That is terrifying. God dang it, I only get one more. Fireworks are doing some work, at least. I'm gonna try to save my ult now for when he starts doing that move. Ah, oh, god dang it, man. Those pillars are brutal. Like, I wonder if they stay in one area and you can kite them out of them. Yeah, most damage is dealt by me, but that sucks because, like, if I didn't get my watches broke right at the start, I would have had my watches for most of that fight. But that has compelled me to take them more often. Maybe not on Mercenary, but I think I've really been underselling just how strong Delicate watches are, especially on Commando. Speaking of, we got time for a Commando run. How long was that run? An hour? I could do like 1 or 2 more runs if they go that long. For a second, I forgot I wasn't playing Mercenary. Shoot transport drones? 3 transport drones? That's unlikely. I passed with the first one. I just thought to myself, no thanks, I'd rather not. Transport drones is really not good. Gave me another. I said I'm good. Gave me a third one. I guess I don't have a choice. Stun grenades, alright. Turn them out too. Would like a little bit of like personal DPS increase though before I go fight the boss. Something to just make it a bit faster. Speaking of, is there a Halcyon Shrine? There is. I would say this is looking like another all-drone run, but it gave me 3 drones. I can't do any damage. And a junk drone. At least a junk drone can be kind of useful sometimes. Junk drone scales pretty well too, so it's not something I'm entirely unhappy with. But transport drone just tends to like mess up my aim more than anything. Scrapper over there. It's also something else to eat up the DPS for me, which can be early. I guess I kind of have to do this in order to proceed, so at least to get any good items. Or, like, even not even good, just DPS. I've never really paid attention to when you proc the stun grenade, but it looks like a little smoke effect on them. Like, they actually get flash bombs. Uh-oh. Ow. There was like a green crate down here. Can I still find that? There it is. I don't have any money and that kid's gonna get me, I know it. Monster tooth, that helps. Some sustain is better than no sustain, and the more I use it, the more fond I grow of monster tooth. Where? I don't think you really appreciate healing until you play on Monsoon, because it's so hard to come by. Nerfing, like, just overall health regen, and then giving the players a lower health starting pool really makes you appreciate healing items more. Hitting those 1% crit chances pretty often, at least. Nice though if I had any weapons or options that weren't just transport drones. Do they eat up like a whole slot for an item, or do they eat up more than that? Is that another transport drone? Junk drone. And another gunner turret, so not a lot of DPS on me to increase. Just to reiterate, we started last round with like 13 items. This one I only have 4 so far. 3. And again, I know this is mostly being eaten up by the drones and the turrets, but that is just unfortunate, especially because I locked commando. It's another transport. Is that 4 transport drones in this map? Oh, god dang it. I didn't realize he was on me. I thought he was aiming at something else because I didn't see the laser for the last second. Man, that is just a crushing start. Not a single, like, again, it can't always be the most phenomenal loadouts, but Commando does well with so many different items. It's really unfortunate that I didn't get, like, a single DPS increasing item. Like, not even just items, but, like, I didn't get a single gunner drone. I didn't get a single medic drone. I got 2 junk drones, and then all gunner turrets, and then just stun grenades. That's probably the roughest start I've had on Commando in recent memory. Tempted to say ever. Like, no start has ever lingered in my mind that hard. That's not good. Nothing. Nothing. That's rough. Mocha? Alrighty, I'll take it. And a med kit. Alrighty, I have everything I need to take on the rest of the stage now. That's all I needed was 2 just okay items. Don't even have to be great, just okay. I guess it depends on who you ask, because, like, these are, in my opinion, great items. They're just not busted. Like, I'm not asking for I don't feel like I'm asking for the moon when I ask for, like, 1 durability item and then 1 damage item. There we go. Should have enough money now to where all these guys keep constantly spawning. Music. God, I'm in love with this game. Dang, just short. If I didn't waste my money on that shrine. Guess I'll just have to wait. Bring it on, buddy. Oh, did he hit me with every single shot? Oh, man. Incredibly frustrating. Because I didn't stun him, but also I didn't think he was going to hit his shot because I didn't see the yellow laser. I'm not doing a whole lot of thinking right now. I should fix that. Alright, I got an idea. Just a second. Also, let me make sure my mic... I just want to keep an eye on my audio, so let's see. What if I do that? There we go. Now I can see all my audio and my scenes. Take this off. I put a hoodie on because it was chilly earlier, but now it's warming up a little bit, so I'm taking that off. Alrighty, let's lock in. Whew. I think I'm going to need that, so I'll take it. Let's see, are there any blood shrines I could take advantage of here? Halcyon Shrine, nice. Oddly shaped opal. Delicate watch. I think with those two, I could do a decent amount of DPS. I'm gonna try delicate watch stacking again. See what happens. Actually, wait. This gunner turret's close enough to where I think it'll be helpful. I have no idea why he didn't fire me. Maybe because he like lost track for just a second? I don't know. I'm happy about it. Gunner turret is helping out a lot. do want to yap a bit more. I'm just having a hard time organizing my thoughts. Let me have a drink. Not looking forward to work tomorrow. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be very well rested for this long week of work because of how scattered my sleep schedule's been. I'll be fine. It'll just be annoying. I'm excited for the long weekend I'll get off after the week, though. Oh, lunar coin. I want some of that money. I hope I don't die for this. I might. Luminous Shot and Noxious Thorn are good pulls. I accidentally clicked Rose Buckler, though. I'm not a fan of that one. But it's all good. No, not Static Shiv. It's Tri-Tip Dagger. Some extra healing. That'll help keep me above the threshold for my item to break. More on hit. I'm going to opt for DPS this time instead of movement. Ridiculous DPS. And more on hit. Got more chests and drones. Is that a drone or a chest? Barrel. I don't have the most movement, which is why I'm hesitant, but I'll give it a shot. thought there was a chest over here. There it is. Sticky bomb again. And I believe over this way there's an equipment barrel and a drone. And a chest. Worth. Hiker boots. More DPS. I like it. Nah, it's alright. It's not great. Jade Elephant's better. I'll take that. Another drone and an item. What's that? Mocha would have been nice earlier, but it can at least give me the movement I need to finish clearing the stage now. What's that? Gnarled wood sprite? Yes, please. That's just more overall health regen. Couldn't think of a game mode where I'd need it more. Alright, let's get out of here. So for staying, I got 3 extra items, 2 extra drones, and a really good equipment. I think that was worth. Only took a couple extra minutes of my time. Abandoned Aqueduct or Jump Classic. My first ever second stage I've ever played. I should try my hand at landscape sometime. Or at least doing backgrounds for the art I make. I don't know, I've made dozens, maybe even hundreds of sketches, but I think I've only, like, finished maybe 10 or so. And by finished, a finish to me is like, I make a sketch that I was intending to be monochrome for the start, or I make a sketch and then color it in, because that's usually my other goal with them. Like I said, I don't think I can say I've ever reached those criteria as frequently as I have in recent time. Finishing that stuff I work on isn't something I usually do. Which I'm trying to fix. Trying to do it more often. Ooh, big DPS. Very happy with that. Thicker, tankier. That'll make it harder for my watches to break. Honestly, I'd be willing to get rid of the Blunkus for that. Ooh, more DPS overall or more crit strike? The crit strike and attack speed? It grants higher critical strike chance and critical strike damage. That's, if it's both, that's actually pretty darn big. think I'll try my hand at that, because it's also DPS that doesn't leave me if I get lower. They just get better each one I get. They stack faster, I believe. Probably spawn the boss soon. More durability. I'm very happy to have that considering I'm running a few watches. I only have one watch right now, actually. Fungus. Another delicate watch, yes. Stun grenade, yes. Not good. Stop disabling my items, you rat. I guess we're doing a crit build now. Alrighty. Oh, Bungus, thank you. Another pair of hiker boots? I think it is. Oh, it's a teddy bear. Backup mag, though. Gasoline, huge, and more attack speed. All great items. The thing is, if you just make a habit of dashing and jumping over your enemies, you're constantly going to be stacking your boots. They're never going to fall off. It's kind of like the... the one that Chronic Expansion, except Chronic Expansion only happens on kill. This happens just on attack. It's not good for burst damage, but this is good for sustained DPS if that's what you're looking for. More bleed chance. How much bleed chance do I get off Noxious Storm again? 10% chance and 10%. I have a 30% chance to bleed enemies right now. I just gotta hit the boss event, right? Will-O-Wisp. So many on-kill effects. Credit card? Nah. And the health regen is just too good to get rid of, especially on this game mode. I thought the teleporter was over here. It is. Molten Perforator on hit chance to fire Magma Balls. Yes. Oh, that's going to hurt. Man. I love crit strike builds. I just feel like I never get a chance to go them, but this is working for me. Legendary chest in this map, though I don't know if I want to stick around long enough to grab it. I'm doing pretty good on time, all things considered. Ramping damage. Ow. Oh, there goes my watch. 2 watches, damn. Another Ichor and more bleed. God, those things hurt. That'll help. Make it easier to deal with those peskier targets. Oh, my turret's getting focused by one of the mushroom things, isn't it? If I could get a direct line of sight to him, I could heal him. HG rocket launcher. I think that's a great buy. Do that. Does it increase the damage per stack as well? Yes. Increases the chance and increases the damage. I think. No, increases the damage. Alrighty, that's still fine. Doubles it. Found out where all the enemies were hiding. Ooh, drone. Missile drone. Alrighty. I'll take any drone that gives me DPS. Speaking of, I see another drone over there. It's a healing drone, but drones are drones. I don't know how I get up on this level. I think I have to go up this route because I don't have the most movement right now. Got Wax Quail, Chrono Bobble. Not a lot of good options here. I don't feel like I've opened a lot of chests on this map. I don't want to stay here much longer. Again, I know I haven't gotten a legendary chest, but I don't know if it's worth staying long enough to get it. Yeah, let's just hit it. If I miss any chests, it'll tell me where. Alright, this is a great position to be in. Alright, now I just have to kill these two before they kill me. Should be easy enough. My watch is already broken, so I don't have to worry about dying here because I have that soul shrine. My god. Gups are ill-equipped to deal with an issue like this. It's all just on-kill AoE effects that's just going to eat them alive. I do like having drones. It's nice that as soon as I take any damage, I instantly have 3 drones healing me back to full. Sprite fields. Yeah. Right, that's my damage stacked up. Now I should be able to do something to this guy. Just seeing those get my damage stacked up. Nice. Get off this map. Wonder what I'm gonna do with the rest of my night. I'm probably not going to bed for at least a couple hours, so there's like not a few hours. I'm probably not going to bed until 7 or 8, so I've got like 3 to 4 hours left. This is probably going to be my last run of the night, then I'm going to quit streaming for the night and hop off and do my own thing. I guess I'll hop on and I'll practice my instruments for an hour or two until Vinny hops on, then maybe we'll do something. I'm also hankering for a game of the week right now, but not super hard. Ever since I've been adding in other games, it's been nice just like filling my time doing other things. Maybe I'll actually just chill on stream for a little bit and just stream me doing some more art. I think that'd be fun. Even more missile damage. Uh-oh. That's not good. That is just not fun. That is not good. Out of all the money I just worked so hard to gather, it's going to get easier for me to get because mobs are going to spawn faster and faster, but I need to get some more items. I think I've got a chance of beating Mythrix. I don't think I have the best chance. I think I have a chance of beating Mythrix. Another missile drone. My chest. It's not. drones. I will take that. I think that's a drone scrapper. I don't need that. Or a drone combiner, maybe? Is that even worth? At the very least, on the medical drones, I don't think it would be. Because, like, yes, one drone may have a less likely chance of getting one shot, but I'm going to have money either way to bring them back. It'd be better to have more drones so their heals aren't shorter cooldowns. Might just be me, but I feel like I'm not finding a lot of items on this stage. Which, fair, I guess I did find 2 really good drones. Ooh, on-hit healing. Where are you? Oh, that's me. Already 2 crates. That's better. I'll take these and get out of here. Those older looking, like, already open chests that spawn in as part of this map, I wonder if you can, like, find one that hasn't been opened. AP rounds, I will take it. Let's get out of here. What's gonna be? Soulless control unit. That's fine, I think. Now we'll get out of here. I hate those things. They do too much damage. One down. Items are gone. That's not good. Heal on hit. Heal on hit. Just heal it all back. I gotta heal it all back. I have no other choice. Oh, that was scary. I'm not out of the woods yet. These mobs are starting to scale up to something fierce. That's insane how much healing I got out of the leeching seeds. I could see my health bar. I was constantly taking damage, but I could see my health bar slowly climbing up over all the damage I was taking. Between that and the gnarled wood spray, without either of those, I don't think I would have lived that. I've been using the gnarled wood spray for a little burst of healing. Does it amp the healing over time as well? No, it just instantly gives you a 10% health heal, which is nice. I think I got shipping request form, right? Yeah, I did, so I can get one more item. And I do not have any sort of way to skip Mithril, so I'm going to have to charge up the pillars, and I think that's going to be what gets me. I don't think I have the kit or the items capable of taking out Mithrix before he takes out, or is charging up the pillars before Mithrix pillars. God dang it. I don't think I have the kit or the loadout to charge up the pillars before Mithrix's lackeys get to me. Why is that making a water sound? Weird. It sucks, but I'm basically going to be fighting constantly all the way to the end. Or I could just die. It's also an option. Oh, I actually am just dead. Wait. Please have terrain. Please have terrain. Okay. This is less than ideal. But I don't think I was going to win a fight with that thing anyway, so... Strange twist of fate. I guess I can just run under the map. I'm going to go for the arena first. The blood pillars are usually the quickest and easiest to charge. Fall damage is going to be annoying to deal with, though, because I don't know exactly where the floor ends. I know that much is terrain at least. Alright, let's just start falling. Oh, that's gonna hurt. Energy drink. Give me the move speed, I need to get out of here. I gotta start stacking up damage and kill these things, or else I'm never gonna get a moment to breathe. Wait, no, that's the one I need to kill. Ramping damage, please. Oh, where's that other flying bugger? There he is. He's full health. Where's the other pillar of blood? I thought there's two. Keep a close eye on my health, but I should be able to charge this pillar quickly if I just keep healing off my enemies. Alrighty, that's 2 pillars down. Arguably the easiest pillars, though, so we're in for it. There was a pillar of soul, so I think a pillar of soul and then a pillar of mass. Because those pillars on the left are... Wait. It's not pillar of soul, it's pillar of design. That's the one pillar I need to avoid. I don't like how close some of these jumps are. Thankfully, I shouldn't have too many items that makes Mithrix unkillable. As long as he doesn't land any shots against me, I should be fine. In his final stage, I mean. I'm definitely still capable of dying to him. I don't even think I've got a guaranteed chance of beating him yet. I definitely have a chance, but it depends on how well I play it. At the rate the game's scaling up, I doubt I'll be able to survive a single hit from the guy. Please, please, just nothing else, nothing else. Hellfire Tincture, no thank you. I can't. I'm barely surviving as is. I would actually die in one hit from anything. Even double damage wouldn't be worth that. If the fight with Mithrix gets super drawn out and I just got scaled, I'm gonna be sad now, but I'm not playing burst damage, I'm playing DPS. If it were like shorter cooldowns, that's the thing though, Lifeflux Pauldron shortens your attack speed and gives you much shorter cooldowns. If I had an inverse of that item, then I would consider taking it. I don't even know if I should have grabbed those then, because I don't think there's any item I actually would have been willing to consider, aside from maybe Transcendence. Alright, just 1 pillar of mass. I can manage that much. It's the slowest charging pillar, but it's arguably the easiest. Just because in this scenario, charging Pillar of Blood was easier for me because I essentially have infinite Pillar of Blood health when I auto things. Doesn't necessarily mean that it was easier than this one. Alright, just a little bit more. We're almost there. After this mad dash for the jump pad, then there'll be just me and Mithrix. After I finish this up, maybe I'll try sketching him. I think that could be fun. I also really am feeling the urge to sketch a combat scene with, like, the Commando versus the Stone Golem. That could be a fun one. But I'll have to practice sketching them from different angles. Then when I find a... And that's, like... That's the interesting thing, is that at that point, it'll just be sketching practice. I won't be filling things in with watercolor anymore. It'll only be when I have a scene that I actually want to render that I'll fill in with watercoloring. I also should make a sketch with the intent of practicing shading on it. That would be a good idea, I think. Because I did some very slight shading on the stone golem, but I intentionally tried to do shading a lot on the commando, and I do like how some of it came out. Those lunar spikes he shoots actually reminds me of the lunar spikes that the false sun does, which I guess makes sense if it was lunar tampering that made him like that. That's all Mithrix's influence. It's interesting that all the stuff Mithrix does is lunar themed, because I don't think he originally hailed from the moon, or at the very least, staying here wasn't by his choice. I think it was stranded here by Providence, so did they both grow up here and then he decided to strand them on his childhood home while he took care of the planet that he grew fond of? Or did Mithrix only become associated with this place because he had to spend eons here, who knows how long trapped by his brother? Alright, next stage. I need to find some cover. First death, second death. They're gonna all start falling off now. Ramping DPS, baby. There you are. It's interesting, but when fighting Mithrix, when he's doing his giant hammer, like laser in the ground spin attack, there's like a range you want to be at him to be able to easily dodge it. It's not on top of him. It's like not super far away from him though, because the further away you are, the harder that attack is to dodge. This is gonna hurt. I don't have any control of my movement. No! God dang it, man. I got knocked up right before he did it. I was waiting for it. I was waiting for him to do that, but he just dashed at me, knocked me up into the sky, and I had to tank 2 hits because I can't get back down. Oh, man, that's frustrating. I knew that would be the attack that had a chance of doing me in, too. Damn. Oh, well. I did have a shot. It's just like, I guess that's what I get for not opting for like 1 or 2 more movement items. Oh well, it is what it is. I think there are also like 2 stages in that run where I just like skipped 4 items a stage. That's on me. I like hindered my scaling there a fair bit. Alrighty, let's see. What else did I want to do tonight? Well, I'm probably going to take a break. I'll be right back. I'm going to go use the bathroom, but then I'm going to work on making that video. And I think I'm going to do that script writing on stream so that way I also have a chance to like maybe do another run if I feel like it. So I'll be right back, and then I'll continue doing some more stream. Alrighty, I'm back. I think I'm done with doing runs for now. Emphasis on thing. That might change, but for now, here's a few different things I want to do. First, I'm gonna hit up Vinny. Tell him, hey. I think there's also a couple items here that I was curious on the descriptions for. I'm guessing these are all the chef items. That's gonna be the only lunar item I never unlock, isn't it? You know, can I even check my... I think there's this place where I can check my achievement progress there. Because I've been trying to complete that achievement for hundreds of hours now, and I still don't have it. Like, what does it even mean by chasing them off the edge of the map? Hermit crabs, I don't think there's a single stage where they spawn at the start of the game, so by the time you get to them, you need to be going a build that has absurdly low damage and high CC, something that can push them around. Closest thing comes to mind that there is Rex, so like you'd have to go unhit as Rex, low damage per hit, and then just wait for the hermit crabs to outscale you, then get on a map where they can spawn and then just start pushing them off the map, so you'd probably have to loop at least once for that, right? Where's the hermit crabs at? There we go. Okay, so it runs away from you if you get close. So I have to get on a stage where I notice these things are spawning, and then I have to chase them off the map. Ugh, gross looking. I feel like maybe you shouldn't be listening to that. Yeah, it seems like maybe not a good idea. What about the other lunar chimera? Is this just all lunar chimera? Oh man, is that like, is there not a special description for each kind of lunar chimera? No, there is. Those Templars may be of inspiration, so they took inspiration for this design from these guys and their weapons. Ophelia, but isn't there an Aphelian sanctuary? So are we going to different planets on these teleporters then? Are these all different planets orbiting Petrichor 5? What's going on here? Because the unsuspecting world of Ophelia, maybe that's just a town. Yeah, I think maybe it's just a town. So Aphelian sanctuary is the only place in Ophelia that remained untouched by the tar. I don't know about any people here who ride a mighty blue dragon. That doesn't sound like any survivor here. Honestly, of all the survivors, I think this guy has one of the most tragic stories. The guy who made him, his father, if you could call him that, he's dead. He was killed by the other survivors. And I don't think False Sun holds any contempt for his father. I don't even know if he knows that he's dead. But he definitely holds malice for Mithrix. Mithrix is the reason this guy turned on all of his fellow creatures in the world in the first place. Which is why I think this guy's the only reason he's playable anyways. Is, like, I don't think the creatures of the planet will ever trust him, or maybe even any sign of Providence again. Because this was supposed to be Providence's greatest gift to the planet, and Mithrix twisted that. Fouled the image of Providence and his gift to the planet. At least for the Denzians of the planet. I wouldn't... It makes sense why False Sun has to fight through all of the world. He doesn't really have a choice. All he can do now is try to claim vengeance against Mithrix, the guy who took everything from him. Aside from Providence, I suppose. It's like, on the surface, this is like a cool survival story of, like, the first game you get stranded on a planet. It's kind of like Subnautica. You just have to fight back and find a way to survive, eventually becoming a force to be reckoned with. And on the second game, you're just sent here to settle a debt, kind of. Like, you're set here to finish what got started in the first game. You're here to finish off Mithrix's, well, Mithrix, not even Mithrix, Providence's brother, Mithrix. And that element of fear of the unknown is gone, because you're not coming here and getting stranded here. You're coming here by choice. All the survivors in this installment are here by choice, at least most of them. But, like, if you look beyond those surface themes. It's a really sad story that's being told. This is just a planet that, for the most part, wants to be left alone. There's some creatures in there that don't abide by that, like Mithrix. But for the most part, they just want to... This planet just wants to live its life, have all these creatures do their own thing. And it's just all the people from the UES, I guess? Universal Exploration System is the best acronym I can come up for that. They're just coming here to exploit the planet and seek vengeance against their people that get taken down. It's just kind of sad. They're just exploiting the planet, killing all these wonderful, wonderful, majestic creatures and beings. Yeah. After that, like, sense of wonder at all these stories that are being told here is gone. It's just like, are we the bad guys? And I think the answer is yes. I'm not even halfway done with that. Oh, man. That wouldn't be so hard for me to do if I just went, like, 10... If I got, like, 10 shaped classes. Not even 10. First one goes to 50. Second one goes to 25. Third one goes to 12.5. I would just need 4 shaped classes. So if I just looped, I could do that. I'd have to pick a character that'd be made for that, though. Yeah, Bandit does seem like the guy who would accept the offering of the collective. Does Artificer only have 1 skin? No, they have 3. Okay. I can also see why Artificer would accept the offering of the collective, because Artificer, I think they're part of a group of people that are like, they believe that heaven isn't they don't believe it's like an afterlife. They believe it's an actual place that exists in the universe, and their goal is to find it. Yeah. So they're just being sent into space, searching for this heaven that they believe to exist, driven heavily by dogma, as the excerpt would say. And I guess I can see why they would accept his offer then, because it would essentially be like the thing that they'd be searching for. They can't afford to not try and accept his offering to see if that's the heaven they're looking for. Mercenary rejecting makes sense. Commando rejecting makes sense. Rex would probably disagree too, right? No? Yeah, I guess. Maybe because they're like half robot and it actually would work for them. Loader accepting, you know what? Makes sense. They're probably tired of the night shift work. They're tired of the 12-hour shifts. Captain would definitely reject, right? He wouldn't leave all his people behind. I think to do that much damage with Railgunner, on top of hitting a weak spot on your ult, after getting a charge shot off your ult's regular hit, you definitely need to have like a bunch of shaped classes and crit strike and everything. Cool. Commando makes up half of the stuff in the game that I've done. Deaths 288. More than I have games played. Wins 41. My win rate's not very high, huh? Nemesis Mithrix. Yeah, makes sense. That's the one that defeats me the most often. Interestingly enough, not too long ago, that was Child. Paired equipment, Gorax Opus? Really? And I've won on half the survivors. I've played every survivor. He goes Commando, Mercenary, then False Sun. False Sun makes sense. He's kind of busted. And Mercenary is just the one I've been wanting to make work the most. The times I've tried making him work the longest. Is that Void Fiend all the way up there? Operator, Loader, Drifter. Really? I picked Void Fiend that many times? Huh. Most of my time alive is on Commando. Yeah, makes sense. Longest run on that's a more even spread than I was expecting. Damage Delta has the highest is Commando, and it's not even close. Dang, I was expecting False Sun to have a bigger share there. It's 0.6%. Jesus. Damage dealt against. Who's the highest there? Scavenger. Mithrix is barely even on here. Where's Mithrix at? Mithrix only makes 2% damage, I guess, because you don't always go to him. Alrighty. Let's see. Before I end stream, is there anything I want to sketch? I might have to, like, do some modeling. I found a cool little, I found a cool posing tool online that I'm going to use. But I think aside from that, I'm just going to have to use that to model the main character. Then I'm just going to have to, like, figure it out for the stone golem. Unless I can find a model of it in Blender that I can move around with. Only thing I'm sad about is I wasn't nearly as verbal during this stream as I would have liked. And I can't blame that entirely on the lack of viewers. This is just... I think it's partially because I dosed at an odd time. I did like an hour before stream this time, so I started getting quieter faster. Because, like, near the come-up, I'm high. At the peak, I'm... Like, near the come-up, I'm talking a lot. At the peak, I'm talking a lot. But then as I start coming down, I start getting quiet. And then near the end of it, I start getting talkative again until it's worn off. Then I'm just regular, like, level of talkative. Well, I'm going to just be here all day and just procrastinating if I don't leave. So I'm going to leave now. I'm going to go get some script writing done. I'm going to try not to get distracted by League too much today. And I'm also going to go play my instruments. I don't think I'll be back for another week, roughly, because I have a 4-day weekend, or work week. So you're probably not going to be seeing any of me during that work week. And then after that work week, you might start seeing some of me. You should. I'll have a lot of free time, because in between work shifts, because they're 12 hours, I have to sleep for at least 8. That only gives me like an hour to get to, like, between going to sleep and then waking up and getting ready for work. That's an hour, so I have like 3 hours, unless I shave some off of sleep, which I try not to do. I have like 3 hours to do whatever I want, and if I'm trying to give myself at least an hour per musical instrument that I practice, which I know it's not that much. that's the rest of my free time. It's probably closer to like half an hour on each musical instrument if I can lock in enough. And then the rest of the time is just me dicking around and not doing much. But I'm going to try to be more focused in the free time that I have. So I'm going to hop off, go practice my instruments, do another sketch, and maybe color it in. But I'm probably going to do a bunch of sketches. In fact, I'm going to use my sketchbook for that. I'm going to use my sketchbook to do a whole bunch of hard renders of what I want to make and color in a proper sketch on my notebook when I'm done. Anyways, I'll probably be back in stream again next week, but my hope is that I'll take the first day or two of my week off to actually start recording and putting together that video. I'm hoping that I can get most of the script writing I need done for tonight, and hopefully get started on collecting some footage and editing tonight as well. But we'll see what happens. I doubt I'll get that much done. I'll probably just get the script written and then consult my brother and see what he thinks. And streaming going forward, until I finish this project I'm working on, I don't have any plans to do anything else long-term game-wise until I'm done. So that's why part of why I'm trying to focus on getting this done. Risk of Rain has been a good way to get me engaged creatively again. This game's been the first thing in a while that's gotten me being like, okay, I need to draw right now. But I think for now I'm going to take a break from Risk of Rain. I probably will only stream it once or twice next week. If I do, I'll try to stream something else. And maybe I'll work on my tagging and whatnot and try to stream at a little bit earlier of a time. Like maybe I'll try to stream right after I wake up to pull on the evening crowd getting off of work, because I want people to talk to. I actually want to start like seeing people in here. I've been streaming for a month now and I've only had one person stop by, and that was some of the most fun I had while streaming. So I'm going to start shifting my priorities around when streaming, but my ultimate priority is going to be doing what I want to do, not what I think I should do. And what I want to do right now is pulling people to talk with while I play. So I'm not going to try being obnoxious and going around and advertise or anything, but I am going to try to fix my stream tags and naming and whatnot to try to hopefully pull in some more people and also stream at more acceptable times for the American crowd. Because like streaming between midnight to 4:30 a.m., nobody's on. I didn't even start at midnight. I started at like 1:30. There's nobody up at that time. Alrighty, I'm going to leave for real now. I'm hopefully going to be able to stay unbothered and get some stuff done, but we'll see what happens. That's all for now. Bye!